can you understand and yet still have sympathy? Can you know exactly how the story ends, but yet play your role as passionately as you can, race towards the objective? Can you know all that which you are capable of knowing and strive for more yet? Can you observe neutral disposition and yet feel sympathy for those around you? That's the question that I pose. Is it incorrect? Is it incorrect to feel sympathy for yourself and sympathy for the people around you when you know that all these things must come to pass before the end times, so that we may accomplish a goal that was set out for us before we came into this place? Is it foolish? Is it foolish to maintain emotional connection? Is it foolish to feel sorrow? Is it foolish to feel pain, even if you know it is an illusion? As much as I know and as much as I understand, which to date my pride has been humbled, I see I know not. However, of what I do know is an amount that I had never expected that I would come to know in my lifetime. And at times it had hardened my heart to the world, hardened my heart to my family, hardened my heart to myself. For I see the purpose, I see the essence here of what is going on. I see the climax because it has happened before and it will happen again. But how can I separate myself from that? Within my mind and within my soul, I can separate mentally and say, this is an illusion. This is an illusion. This is not real. And yet, I live. And yet, I struggle on. To what end? I know the answer, but some days it doesn't seem all so clear. The more I know, the more it comes to me that I know not. Breaking through wall after wall after wall, through illusion after illusion, through deception after deception. And yet it seems at times things become better. They dip low like once before. Though no matter how much a man knows, he yet still has to live. This is what I've come to understand. Even if you were to have all the knowledge of the world, the knowledge of the world beyond, and the knowledge of the world before, who you were before and who you were to be, would that change your current circumstance? Is it wrong for me to want things to be better than what they are? I don't want to change the world. I just wish sometimes the burden wasn't so heavy on myself and the people around me. For what is your life but your time, your present experience at each moment? What is your life but how you feel? Words upon words upon words knowledge upon knowledge upon knowledge. I have felt God. I believe I've seen God's face in my own way. And it is comforting. Keeps one foot going in front of the other. Is it yet weakness to ask for mercy from God? Is it immature of me? Perhaps I am immature. My pride in recent days has led me to believe that I know more than I do. And every turn of the corner reveals more and more and more. More questions than answers. What am I? Who am I? If I were to answer that in the best way that I could, I am a real conscious being, born of the one true God, who has descended into a lower plane to hide from the guilt and shame that is built up. Because of that guilt and shame manifests simultaneously into an existence that I see now. And I say, I do not want to be God. I do not want to control these things. I do not want to control the people around me. But I would be being deceptive if I was to say that I wouldn't want my life to change and the lives of those around me to change. For it is black magic to employ control mechanisms over the environment, is it not? But what about for a good purpose? What about to change your life and the lives of those around you? Would it be a sin to use my knowledge, to use my understanding, change my own circumstance and those of my direct perception? I can see the waves from far out. The thoughts that I have, the mistakes that I make, the negativity, the sin, it comes from a million miles out. Delayed like reverb on a guitar. A single stone thrown in a shallow pond, rippling waves cross the entire surface of my reality and perception. I can see that I have power. I can see that I have an effect. But to what measure? To what end? I thought I knew who I was. I thought I knew what my purpose was. Perhaps not. Only God knows. State what my purpose, or at least what I thought it was, plainly, was to change my own attitude, my own perception, and my own actions to align to that of God's will, to make a change. It seems these days that all I am capable of is making a change within myself. Even at my best, the world still was what it was, and it is what it has been. Even at my best, I could not find a way to open the eyes of those around me. Even at my best, I had not the power that God possesses. What is a man to do? I seek the Word. I seek the voice of God. I seek the face of God. Is it blasphemy to feel alone in this world? Is it jealousy for me to wish that things were different? I am not Job. I have many things to be grateful for. But I think you and I both know the way things are here. I am tortured, beaten, and whittled spiritually and mentally, emotionally. I am alone. I have my Father, and that for much I am thankful of, and I have God. But what I put out, I seem to get minimal feedback. Is it wrong for someone to give their attention to what you've done, to give their attention to what you believe? Maybe that is another form of control. All these things I know of the world have culminated into a worldview that I believe is tightly tied it up into a pretty bow. A singular worldview. But yet a single piece of spiritual information can shatter that entire perception within a moment. And I am left humbled. What are we doing here? Where are we really at? Perhaps having faith is to no longer question these things. God has given me an answer. Perhaps it is not the answer I was looking for. For within words, within language, one can only dimly intuit the true nature of the way things are. So I pray this. I pray to you, God. I pray that you open my eyes once more. Open my eyes as you always have. I pray that you find mercy on me in all of my inadequacies. For you know who I really am, more than I know myself. How can I stand to judgment with the things that you have said that would come to pass? How can I stand to judgment with the words that you have spoken to me? How can I stand to judgment with your understanding? It is impossible. So I ask this humbly, God. I ask as a mere mortal, as a mere man, in your presence, that you guide my hand, that you guide my life, that you guide my will, that you guide my intent, that you guide who I am. Let me understand, my Lord, if there is a way for me to understand, that I may accomplish my goals. At first I thought it was preaching, then I thought it was opening the eyes of others, and then I thought it was making art, so that I could change the perceptual view of reality and perhaps make a change in my outside environment. But that too, it's not quite the answer, is it? Not quite what you had in mind. My Lord, Savior, Jesus Christ, Yahshua Mashiach, Lord in heaven, guide my thoughts and guide my ways, that I may be freed from bondage. For once one chain is removed, I know there's thrice more, 70 more, 100 more chains that which have yet remained upon my soul. It is pride that has allowed me to think that I have accomplished something here yet. It is pride that allowed me to think that I have stepped beyond the bounds of my own power. I have faith in you, my God. I have faith that things are the way that they should be. Please forgive me for feeling sympathy for myself. Please forgive me for feeling sympathy for those around me if it is against your will. But I thank you have made me this way. I believe you have made me to be this way. Some are deserving of sympathy, for it has been endless trauma, a loop, tightening and tightening, crushing the souls of those within this place. If there is to be respite, my Lord, I hope that it comes soon. My Lord, I'm not even clear on what I ask you, but I think you understand what I mean. Chains held tight across chest and mid. Long stroke tendrils, just like a squid. Deep in the waters, ink doth cover my eyes. Deep in the waters, your light sees my lies. Deep in the waters, my soul does abide. Head crests the water cush, past the divide. I breathe in deeply, and I take a sigh. For you must guide my path, but that I shall do as I might. Release me from my bonds. I no longer wish to fight.